5. My name is Nazifa number 21.
My name is Rajapudi Pratibaswari at number 27.
My name is Altar Agartaniansha from number 4.
My name is Pungkasara Samutra, number 22.
Once upon a time, in a small gloomy cottage at the edge of the dark forest, there lived a poor woodcutter with his 2 children, a boy named Hazel and a girl named Gretel. Their mother had died long ago, and the woodcutter had remained a cold-haired woman who became their stepmother. Although the woodcutter loved his children dearly, they were extremely poor, and there was barely enough food to feed the whole family. During a terrible famine that spread throughout the land, the family situation grew worse. One evening, as Hazel and Gretel lay awake in their narrow wooden beds, they heard their stepmother whispering to their father. She said, "There is not enough food for all of us. Tomorrow we must take the children deep into the forest and leave them there. They will not find their way back, and we will have enough to survive." The father was heartbroken and said, I can't do that to my own children." But stepmother scolded him and forced him to agree. Hazel, who had been listening carefully, comforted his sister and promised her they would find a way to return home.
The night, when the moon was bright, Hansel slept outside and collected small white pebbles from the garden. He placed them in his pocket and went back to bed. The next morning, just after sunrise, the stepmother woke the children and handed them each a small piece of dry bread. Where are going to gather firewood? Okay, she said. Together, they walked deep into the forest. As they walked, Hansel dropped the pebbles behind him one by one. After working for hours, the parents told the children to rest by a large tree while they went to cut firewood. But the parents never returned. Hansel and Gretel wait until nightfall, when the moon rose and shiny white pebbles sparkled in the dark, and the children followed the trail all the way home. Their father was relieved to see them again, but the stepmothers were furious. A few days later, the same cruel plan was made. This time, Hansel could not collect pebbles because the stepmother had locked the door. So he used crumb of bread inside. Early the next morning, they were led even deeper into the forest. Hansel dropped crumbs along the path, hoping to use them to find the way back. However, when the sun rose and they turned to follow the trail, they discovered that the birds of the forest has eaten every crumb. Now, truly lost, the children wandered through the forest for days. They were hungry, scared, and tired. On the third morning, they saw a beautiful white bird singing sweetly. They followed in through trees until they came upon the most wonderful sight: a small cottage made of gingerbread and candy.
Resolution: the walls were made of sweet cake, the roof was covered in sugar tills, and the windows were made of clear candy glass. Overwhelmed by hunger, Hansel broke off a piece of the wall, and Gretel tasted a window pane. Suddenly, the door cracked open, and an old woman with red eyes and a crooked nose appeared. She looked keen and said in a sweet voice, "Come inside, dear children, you must be starving." Inside, the house was warm and filled with delicious food: hot pancake, roasted meat, and sweet milk. The children ate until their stomachs were full. But the old woman was really a wicked witch who lured children to eat her house so she could cook and eat them. The next morning, she locked Hansel in a wooden check and forced Gretel to become her servant. Fatten him up, the witch commanded. Soon I shall eat him."
Every morning, she told Hansel to stick out his finger so she could feel if he was getting fat. But Hansel cleverly held out a thin chicken bone, and the witch, half blind, was fooled. After several weeks, the witch grew impatient. "Whether he is fat or thin, I will cook him tomorrow," she shouted. That afternoon, she told Gretel to check if the oven was hot enough, but clever Gretel pretended she didn't know how to do it. "Stupid girl, I show you how," the witch said angrily. She bent forward and poked her head inside the oven. At the moment, Gretel gave her a mighty push, and the witch fell into the oven. Gretel slammed the iron door shut, and the witch was burned to ash. Then she freed Hansel from the cage, and together they searched the house. Inside they found chests full of gold coins and jewels. With arms full of treasure, Hansel and Gretel journeyed back through the forest. After several days, they crossed a wide river with the help of a friendly white dove. Finally, they saw the roof of their old cottage. Their father ran out to greet them, his face filled with tears of joy. He told them that their cruel stepmother had died, and he had missed them terribly. Hansel and Gretel showed him the treasure, and the family was no longer poor. From that day on, they lived happily ever after in peace, comfort, and love, never again to know hunger or fear.
This story teaches us not to be easily tempted by something that looks beautiful, because it could be a hidden danger. In addition, strong brotherhood and cooperation can help overcome various obstacles. It also reminds us that no matter how difficult life becomes, kindness and bravery will always lead to a better ending.